Call and get a warrant.
There are some questions from our previous videos, so let's address them. Why are there no timestamps on the video?
The video provided by the court has no timestamp. It's just one video of a wide-angle shot of the inside of the courtroom, and that's it.
Do you have proof of the time the hearing was scheduled and the time that it was called?
This document is part of the court record. It gives the dates of the hearing, and it also shows where in the tape count the recordings pertaining to my hearing can be found. The first time my case was called was at 8:45. The second time, 10:48. On the following court hearing, I requested to be released, but the judge refused. She wanted to keep me in jail until trial.
But Luis, you went inside the courtroom after 9 a.m. People commented, well, he technically was late. What is your response?
My case and over 40 other cases were scheduled to be heard at 9 a.m. that morning with Judge Bernards-Goodman. Also, before an attorney calls a case, they have to speak with their client first. They have to know how they're going to proceed with the case before they speak with a judge. Even arriving at 9:15 is not considered late in those type of mass scheduled hearings inside that court. That is why the judge ignored the fact that I told her that I was there at 9:08 and that I had spoken with Heather Chesnut at 9:17. They didn't want to acknowledge that on the record, so they kept pushing 11:15 as the time I supposedly arrived.
Has it been reported to the Utah State Bar?
I reported the case to the Utah State Bar in 2018. In May of 2018, they replied, stating they had no jurisdiction, that I had to bring my complaint to the same court that had conspired against me. They practically ignored the accusations of misconduct and distorted my complaint so they wouldn't have to take action against any of the people involved.
How's the lawsuit going?
Out of 4 causes of action that I raised in the lawsuits, 1 has been dismissed. The other 3 are still standing.
A plaintiff in a case like this needs to come forward with evidence showing the basis for a claim of a conspiracy. And as in the Abercrombie case, I conclude that there was no genuine issue of material facts concerning the existence of conspiracy. Because of the lack of evidence of a conspiracy between these two public defenders on the one hand and the prosecutor or the judge on the other hand, I conclude that there is not a basis for allowing a Section 1983 claim based upon a conspiracy. Therefore, I conclude that the Section 1983 claim should be dismissed with prejudice.
A huge thank you to everyone who's been keeping up with this case. If you'd like to support our efforts to investigate corrupt government officials, there's a donation link in the description where you can contribute. After we posted parts 1 and 2 of our in-depth investigation into massive court corruption, An anonymous subscriber was so disturbed by what they saw that they decided to call civil rights attorney Heather Chesnut directly to talk about it. They recorded the call and sent it to me. What you're about to hear is that exact recording. Here's how Heather Chesnut responded to our video.
The office is calling. Hi, this is Heather.
Hey, this is Heather Chesnut.
Yes.
Hi, I'm a journalist, and I'm doing a story regarding one of your clients back in 2018, Luis Sanchez, and how you colluded with the prosecuting attorney. I'm trying to get a comment on that.
Which publication are you with?
I'm with my own publication. I'm a citizen journalist.
Oh, who do you write for?
I write for myself. As a civil
So
rights
a
attorney,
lot of
you ought to know that's
information.
under the First Amendment. There's a video going around on the internet right now on YouTube, and it's garnered a lot of attention. And it's the courtroom
Yeah,
video.
well, that video has been on the internet for about 7 years.
Yes, but
Um,
also right now
so
a
there's a
very
lot of
big.
information. There's a lot of information about that case that's public, that's part of the court record, and that's part of the bar record. So you're
Mhm.
welcome to look at those resources about that case.
Okay, I just wondered, why did you try and start the case at or the trial at 8:45 versus 9 o'clock when the trial was supposed to start? Why'd you try to get a
Uh,
bench warrant
that
for your own client? Aren't you supposed to advocate for your client's behalf? And you're a civil rights attorney right now.
these are all false allegations.
False. There's a
There is
video of
not
it,
any
ma'am.
truth to any of this.
There's no truth to that.
Well,
How can you say that when there's a video of it?
there's an edited video that is out of context and
Oh,
that has a lot of false statements in it.
okay.
That is
Well,
not what happened, and what
okay.
really happened is part of the court record.
Right. But you also know that the court record can be edited. I mean, I know you guys are mumbo jumbo lawyer stuff. I'm actually in class to become one. And the fact that you colluded against a prosecuting attorney for your own client so that he's going to get arrested, and there's clear video evidence, regardless if it's edited according to your words, regardless if it's
That is
edited or
not
not.
what happened.
Okay, but I'm
That
just
is
saying.
not what happened.
Okay, but
That's
you also know
completely false.
okay, but you also know that everything that's out there right now makes you guys look very, very, very bad, regardless if you think it's edited. The fact that
Well,
you could try and say that, there's clear timestamps in the video. Yes, his video was put out several years ago, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's quite a few citizen journalists that have a very, very large following that are picking this video up. And that,
anything can be put on the internet.
right,
That's for
anything can be put
sure.
on the internet, right? But you also know that you're now a public employee. So now you're going to be scrutinized a hell of a lot more.
Well, this has all been completely vetted by several appeal processes by the Utah State Bar and by a civil lawsuit. There's
Uh-huh.
not any more way for this to be vetted. And it is completely a false allegation. And I guess people can put anything that they want to on the internet without looking into what the real facts are. And there's nothing I can do about that.
Okay.
But I've got many things to do here without rehashing this yet again.
Okay. Well, just
So
know that
you take
it's
care, sir, and you have a good day.
you too. Thank you.